Chapter 5. Beware the Science of Yoga. Summarizing briefly what we have seen so far, in a classic flim-flam, one of the world's most ancient religious practices is being promoted as science. For example, Swami Sivananda of Rishikesh, India, one of the most highly regarded yogis to come to the West, declares that Kundalini Yoga is an exact science. Here is part of the description he gives. Quote, Kundalini Yoga is that yoga which treats of Kundalini Sakti, the 6 centers of spiritual energy, or Shat chakras, the arousing of the sleeping Kundalini Sakti and its union with Lord Shiva in Sahasrara chakra at the crown of the head. This is an exact science. This is also known as Laya Yoga. The 6 centers are pierced, chakra beta, by the passing of Kundalini Sakti to the top of the head. Kundala means coiled. Her form is like a coiled serpent, hence the name Kundalini. End quote. One can only wonder which branch of science has verified the nature of this feminine spiritual energy that lies coiled like a serpent at the base of the spine and springs up when aroused through the practice of yoga. What science is it that has identified the chakras through which the Kundalini force manifests itself? Certainly nothing that would be accepted as science in the West. It sounds much like the westernized Hinduistic cults of religious science, Christian science, unity, and science of mind, which have rejected the personal God who created us and posited instead an impersonal, universal mind that has no mind of its own and can be tapped into for personal benefit, a cosmic energy pervading the universe which man can control and use to his own ends. Look out! Many former yogis, such as Rabi Maharaj, have found this alleged psychic force, which parapsychologists avidly seek, to be very destructive when they refused to submit to it and tried to escape its control. So by claiming that yoga is an exact science, Sivananda is engaging in gross misrepresentation. What he means is that mysterious alleged psychic powers, indefinable by Western materialistic science, have been found to be available to those who give themselves blindly to the Kundalini serpent and remain in bondage to it until it destroys them. Such destruction has befallen many of the gurus who have gained a large following in the West, such as Rajneesh, Muktananda, and others, as we shall see. Nevertheless, science is increasingly being drawn by the allure of alleged psychic powers that are promised through Eastern mysticism and are seemingly demonstrated by yogis who have come to the West from India. Under the heading Dalai Lama Top Scientists to discuss science and clinical applications of meditation at Mind and Life Conference at Washington, D.C., the news release declared, quote, the Mind and Life Institute, in partnership with the Georgetown University Medical Center and the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine, will host Mind and Life 13, the Science and Clinical Applications of Meditation, November 8th through the 10th, 2005, at DAR Constitution Hall in Washington, D.C. The historic conference on meditation, a convergence of Eastern and Western thinkers, will feature acclaimed speakers from scientific and contemplative communities, among them His Holiness the Dalai Lama. The 3-day conference, on the cutting edge of science and meditation, will be only the second public dialogue on this topic with the Dalai Lama, the internationally recognized Nobel laureate and Tibetan spiritual leader, end quote.